First off, the building to my left behind me is not Lincoln Memorial, but it is Jefferson Memorial. A watchful reader pointed it out and I stand corrected. Sometimes it's confusing to know which memorial building is associated with which president. And thanks for that. And now let's go on to the topic of the day. The director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Christopher Wray, will be visiting India from the 11th. What is the import of that? Well, I'm kind of curious about this because, 6 months ago, 2 or 3 officers from the NIA had actually visited not just United States, but Canada and United Kingdom in connection with some of the arrests that they have been making, whether it was the PFI or the Khalistani element. So there is a whole lot of activity going on as these terrorists, these, criminal elements keep going from one country to the other country. And for better coordination, I think India won the rights for the NIA to come investigate in the United States and other countries. So maybe there is a quid pro quo of some sorts with Christopher Wray now going to India. See, remember one thing, guys. As much as we want India to have unfettered access to all our criminals in United States and Canada and so on, when we get that, then it is expected that we will provide the same kind of support for the country which is giving us that help. For example, if the United States is interested in tracking down somebody who might be holed up in India today, it's possible, right? And then India has to be able to give access to them also. So I don't know what the import of this visit is, but I do know this. A lot of things are now becoming very intertwined and interconnected. Remember the singer Sidhu Moosewala? Now, somebody had confessed that he had actually killed him. I think the person's name was 𝗣𝗚𝗍𝗍. If I remember correctly, if I remember reading the news at that time, about a year ago or 2 years ago, I don't remember exactly when, this person was moving around California. There were sightings of 𝗣𝗚𝗍𝗍 here, there, and so on and so forth. And then suddenly everything just became quiet. Just like I've been telling you about the people who have been setting the Indian consulate on fire, nothing is now coming out. But I would be concerned a little bit if the CIA were to be caught in India, just as what happened in the case of Spain. In Spain, 2 embassy staff of the United States, believed to be CIA, were caught trying to bribe its intelligence agents, and they have been quietly deported. Now remember, guys, this is not the first time that an American agency was caught snooping or trying to do that. This is official. I mean, there are others that are continuing to do it with or without the knowledge of the people of the country. For example, in 2015, if you look at this, Angela Merkel was shocked to know that the US, especially the NSA, the National Security Agency, was tracking her movement, listening in on all her calls for a long time. And this changed after 2001, 9/11, when Department of Homeland Security was formed and the NSA started growing very, very big. It is believed that NSA is the largest software employer today. It's also believed that NSA can listen in on any conversation. Doesn't matter whether it's WhatsApp encrypted or any other software encrypted, that they can actually listen in and they know exactly what we are thinking. The only suggestion I would give for all our people is be transparent. So if they want to listen. So what happens? Nothing happens. As long as you have nothing in your cupboard, no skeletons in your cupboard. Now, is Pannun a CIA asset? Well, some years ago, I don't have the exact date. I'm going to give you the link so you can take a look at the links to make your own conclusion. The National Security Advisor, Ajit Doval, is supposed to have told Jake Sullivan that, look, we know that Pannun is your asset. That's why we are not doing anything against him. I mean, this could be taking him out, or it could be even trying to, move for the extradition of Pannun. And none of that thing has been happening is what Ajit Doval had told. Does that mean that India is not interested in Pannun? I mean, he has committed some crimes for which he needs to stand trial in India. Easy enough, right? In fact, India has actually gone and bulldozed some of his residences. I think I saw that happen in Chandigarh. I think we have even got a couple of videos on this with Sumit Peer. So these things are happening. The problem that I think is now happening is statements have been made, tempers have risen. Now it's a time for the bureaucrats to sit down and come up with some sort of a language that both heads of state can agree and say, okay, we understand each other now, we understand each other better, and now we shall move forward. Interestingly, see, the arrival of FBI director has made a lot of buzz in India, but the Commerce Secretary, Jean Raimondo, had come and gone. Nobody seems to know about that. Again, now there are closer cooperations, 2+2 dialogues are going on all the time. The NSA had come, and he also brought up the Pannu case. Whatever it is, whoever the asset, whichever country's asset Pannu is, it doesn't matter. I mean, there are some things that the intelligence agencies will not share, and sometimes even friendly intelligence agencies won't share with each other what they know, because they feel that that is their intellectual property. Be that as it may, I mean, if you share intelligence, then your importance also goes away, right, at some point of time. So these are all games that intel agencies play. We should not really get worried too much about it. But as a rule, in general, are countries like India and US moving forward, not taking pot shots at one another? That's the most important thing. And I think things have come to that point. I think the saner head that said, enough, now you've made your point, let's now get down to business and start making something that is tangible. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.